This is the patio in our Barcelona hotel room. Go ahead. I think this is a concert hall. Well, we just got on board in Barcelona and got into our cabin. should I send things in the closet?
throw that right into the ocean.
away from the dock in Barcelona, and we turned around and we're heading out. Right, Sharon?
Yeah.
That's the city. And that's the horn.
Barcelona. And pilot just left us right off the dock, and we're on our way out of this modern and big spacey harbor. The Royal Viking Sun spent 3 weeks here in 1992 in the Summer Olympics. We were on a hotel for NBC, the broadcasting company. So we had all the technicians and commentators and VIPs and whatnot on board as we stayed here, and had an excellent opportunity to get to know this beautiful city and of course taking part in the Olympics. We have 405 nautical miles to go to Livorno, and that will give us an average speed of about 15 knots. And as we sail away, the outside temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. That's 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a nice and warm day as we will be heading in a northeasterly course towards Livorno. We will be crossing the Gulf of Lione first, and then we will be crossing the Ligurian Sea before we get there day after tomorrow, because that's the good news. We have a day at sea tomorrow in order to get rid of your jet lags and get unpacked and settle in our cabin. And of course, for those of you that haven't been here before, get to know the ship. I so many familiar faces. I know most of you have sailed on the Sun before. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome on board, welcome home. We're just about to enter open sea, and hope you will be able to attend some of the entertainment tonight, get to know the crew staff, and maybe pay a visit to the casino, or just walk around and enjoy yourself. For myself and my navigators up here, we're wishing you a pleasant evening.
in Barcelona.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain here. We're actually concerning our emergency duties at 10 o'clock. According to international maritime law, the lifeboat messaging for all passengers must be held not later than 24 hours after leaving port. And in order to comply with these regulations, we have scheduled our lifeboat drill at 10 a.m. this morning. The drill will be announced by activating the ship's alarm system, giving 7 short and 1 long signal. You'll then have to go to your embarkation station on deck 7 of the promenade deck. In your cabin in the walk-in closet, you'll find a sign that tells you which embarkation station you belong to. Please bear this important number in mind. On the starboard side of the ship, that's the right-hand side, you'll find all the lifeboats with their numbers 5, 7, 9, and 11. And on the port side, that's the left-hand side, you'll find all the lifeboats with even numbers 6, 8, 10 and 12. On the promenade deck, you will be met by an officer in charge of your embarkation station, and you'll have to follow the instruction that he gives you. You will then be checked according to the passenger list, or cabin by cabin. And then your cabin number is called, acknowledge your presence. If your cabin number fails to be called, please inform the officer in charge. When you are done checking, all passengers at the proper station.
Now ask yourself, do you feel safe or you feel like shark food?
This might even work in Walsenburg.
Where's the stop button?
Press the red thing again. Well, we just arrived in Livorno, Italy to see Florence. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. A couple of fishermen. This is Florence. Fine weather that you can see.
So here we are. Great. So this is a very famous square in Florence. Famous painting gallery. Here we have this splendid loggia. We call it Loggia dei Lanzi nowadays, but the actual name should be Loggia della Cuberia or Loggia of No, madame. So this is consists of two different squares. We have central square with the building. We have this you see a yellow building. They're old, so I mean, all children of ours talk very fluently. You could say hello, come stai, how are you? Bye. Then they were taken out of water to be handed over to a lawyer, sort of a lawyer, who had to say if the child was a boy or if it was a girl. Lawyers always do very complicated things, don't they? So in order to make their job as easy as possible, otherwise too difficult, children were brought to the baptismal ceremony with no bathing suits. And they had to say, I mean, that's very interesting detail, I think, because the Florentine community wanted to know how many children were to be fed in the next future, how many of them but could become soldiers. So existing in the Christian world, measuring 153 meters. So, sempre for the afternoon, about the maybe something like that. There's a beginning adventure. So there's more tiny world. Step down the Well, the church did the same thing that you said when our computer
And 16th century, they belonged to the Vatican, And the last two buildings, left and right, built in Mussolini time, like continuation of the square. Inside there are Vatican offices, and later you can go to the Vatican gift shop. St. Peter's Square, St. Peter's Basilica. So you will see Michelangelo as the sculpture, you will see the Pietà by Michelangelo inside the Basilica, Michelangelo architect, because the dome is by Michelangelo architect. This afternoon, after lunch, you will see Michelangelo as the painter inside the Sistine Chapel. We will stop the bus in a minute, as close as possible to St. Peter's Square. So from now on, please stick together all the time. Stay together, no parking here. So Sandro, the driver, he must go and find a parking somewhere else. And he come and pick us up, I call him, I telephone him when we are ready. And we should be all together waiting for the bus. Otherwise we have a problem with the local police, waste of time. Because the police send the bus away, he has to come back again, and it takes half an hour, he comes come back, only one way, so please stay together all the time. Here we are.
You hear Bernini's name very often, the greatest Italian artist of the 17th century, Baroque style. 284 columns, 142 statues of saints, all by Bernini and Bernini's pupils. The obelisk is Egyptian, was brought from Egypt to Rome 2000 years ago. In ancient time was right in the center of the Circus of Nero, where Christians were killed. The building, like a pyramid, is the outside of the Sistine Chapel. Sistine Chapel is where the Kaiser meet to vote. We are going to the Sistine Chapel after lunch. During the election, smoke comes out from the top, either black or white smoke. When white smoke comes out, it shows that the new Pope has been elected. And for the first time, the Pope appears from the balcony in the center. So that balcony is only used on very special occasions. Every Sunday at noon, the Pope blesses from his studio where he works. That building, top floor, second window starting from the right. Every Wednesday morning, tomorrow, there is an audience, papal audience. Winter inside that white building, since this guy standing, indoor. While summer, from spring, summer, autumn, in the square. So tomorrow the Pope will sit under the canopy, present, it was a window made a beautiful mosaic picture representing the Golden Child. That mosaic was started the same night the Pope was shot. It was inaugurated a few years ago, but those four artists still alive, present to the Pope after the Pope was shot. The same four artists made the mosaic in Washington 33 years ago. Let's walk in that direction. Guards. The guard one in front, they cannot move forward now, and change the guard on the other. The uniform is supposed to be designed by Michelangelo. 5. German Swiss guards in charge of the party. Why are we supposed to start here again? The party? Right, yeah, right on the right side there. Rome, and 2 in Florence, and 1 in Milan. Of course, only the name Pietà is the same for the two statues. The statues are completely different, one from the others. Different style, different periods. This is the first this picture, the touch. Where was then the northern region and the left end of the region, the left of the prize was then. So anyway, it took 1 year to destroy the statue. The statue was restored by the Vatican school artist. Perfect job. You know, there's a glass in front to protect it. This is a statue was sent into the States. Some Americans here. So one of those beautiful statues by Michelangelo, very touching, sweet, quiet, simple, typical of the Venice period.
Is that out of one piece of stone?
One block of Carrara marble. Michelangelo used to work just with Carrara, you know Carrara?
They have a regular service here?
Yes, sir.
So where do they stand?
There are hundreds of service going on every week here. I'm sure there's a service going on now. You can walk inside this church any moment. There's always a service going on. I sure. Now, curiosity, where we are standing now, right here, this is the length of St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Some English here? Huh? English? No? St. Paul's, which is the second biggest church in the world. St. Paul's Cathedral in London. So the length of St. Paul's is from the very, very beginning. It is how much longer this church, the largest in the world, compared to the second, third, fourth, is only curiosity. This church is not beautiful because it's the largest. This church is beautiful because of the Pietà by Michelangelo, because the dome by Michelangelo, because Bernini's works here, and because those mosaics. You can travel all your life, and you can see billions of paintings, frescoes, murals all around the world. But the best mosaics that exist in the world are here, and this art was born in Rome, and this art is going to die in Rome pretty soon. 44 altars all around. There are services going on in the latter altar. In each one of those 44 altars, a mosaic. 44 mosaic pictures. Replica, reproduction of paintings. Attention, we don't say copy. Stop.
Reproduction again.
Reproduction or replicas. Actually, some of those, not all, but some of those replicas in mosaic worth more than the original paintings. Priceless. In each one of those mosaic pictures, as an average, there are 30,000 colors. I didn't say types, I said colors. So far we saw Michelangelo as the painter, as the sculptor, the eternal Michelangelo architect, was the architect of this was the church. It's the highest dome existing in the world. 100 and up to the top, 100 feet. As a curiosity, see the inscription around. The background is all gold and glass mosaics. The letters in dark mosaics are 7 feet high. 7 feet, so much higher than a normal human being. We are still having a kind of optical illusion. Now, have a look at those 4 mosaics representing the 4 evangelists. For instance, that mosaic represents the evangelist St. Mark. St. Mark, at his right hand, he holds a pen, a quill. And you see the quill? Yes. The quill is 5 feet long. back to you, we are still having a kind of oxygen. The church is much larger than the way it looks. It takes time before we realize how to do it. Now, for what concerns this canopy, we call baldacchino canopy, bronze, Baroque style, spiral color, by Bernini. Symbolic, like people also because only the Pope celebrate. Of course, when the Pope celebrate there, in that case, the Pope use bench here, and this church is all packed with thousands of people. Big service with bishops, cardinals, choir, organs. The oldest by Bernini. Again, you will hear Bernini's name very often. The Symbolici of Peter, supported by 4 statues. The 4 statues are symbolic. They symbolize the 2 Latin doctors of the church in front, and behind the 2 Greek ones. You know, Greek and Latin was together. After they separated, only the Orthodox and the Catholic. That's why the inscription is in Greek, ancient Greek around the apse, and Latin all around the door. So that part is all by Bernini. That is called the glory of Bernini. Oh, by the way, that is no gold. It's only stucco. Stucco is the material invented by the Vatican school, Michelangelo's time, to glue together the mosaic.
Cheap price, 20 Fusca, $1 American, $1. 20 Fusca, $1. Very cheap price, the rosary fits. 20 Fusca, $1. 1 American dollar. Very cheap price. The rosary, half price the rosary. If you want to buy the rosary, very cheap price, half price. Lady, the rosary, very cheap price, half. Hello, this way. Hello, the rosary.
Und weil die Lehrer
Here, right inside this building, there is an hotel which is one of the oldest and cheapest in Rome. It's very crowded. It's almost full of church. Yeah. It's the jail. Now we cross Venice Square, Piazza Venezia. The white building is a monument to the first king of Italy, Victor Emmanuel, and tomb to the unknown soldier. You will see passing by the monument to the king and bottom tomb to the unknown soldier. 2 soldiers standing by, change of the guard every 2 hours. You see 2 soldiers standing by, they cannot move for 2 hours, day and night. Right inside, monument to the first king of Italy, tomb to the unknown soldier. This building was in 1905 to commemorate the unification of Italy and the first king, Victor Emmanuel. An ancient Roman color in France, 2nd century. Those 2 soldiers, they cannot move for 2 hours, day and night. And now Colosseum in front, next stop, and you will see Gointa forums left on right hand side. Left forums of emperors, built between the 1st and 3rd century AD. In front of each forum, the statue of the emperors. Trajan, Augustus, Vespasian and Nerva, left. Right inside the Forum of Julius Caesar, the Nicola standing remains of the temple of Apollonius inside the Forum of Julius Caesar, 1st century before Christ.
No, dicevo, dopo 13 li vediamo qui. Oppure dove si fa?
Adesso dicono che fanno riprendere là.
Al momento è successo. Non vediamo il carabinieri. C'è un tutto pronto, non me li voleva passare.
Intervention temple from inside. So all those drawings were brought to light between 1920 and 1932, Mussolini time. Mussolini commissioned full excavations. All the drawings were brought to light between 1920 and 1932. Right, the Basilica of Maxentia, 4th century, was an ancient Roman basilica, so it was not a church, it was a law court. Colosseum, the best Brazil side, 4 levels, different styles, starting from bottom. Doric, Ionic, Corinthian. 84 entrances, numbered with Roman letters. The enter was free of charge for the Romans.
The statue, the decoration. Now, I took this book, this is in French, don't buy this, just to give you an idea, pictures about Rome, because it has got all records according to a huge model we have inside our Roman Museum. For instance, outside the Colosseum, how it looks. This part is completely missing. Originally was all 4 levels up. Doric, Ionic, Corinthian, 84.
Weiß nicht, was das ist.